So my name is Ali and I am the head sports therapist here at London Bees. So essentially it's just diagnosing player injuries, managing them, making sure I give them a treatment plan, working with their strength and conditioning coaches. So that's Eman, Harry, working with Georgia as well, the nutritionist, making sure that the players are getting the right nutrition while they're injured. And also sometimes working with Kate as well, who's our sports psychologist. And yeah, she does really great work, and that's also a big part of my role here, is liaising with them, working with them, and ensuring that these players come back as healthy as they've ever been. So a normal day, so essentially at training, come in here, get set up, get ready and everything, make sure everything's out, cut some tapes up for the players that want to be taped up, you know, make sure I can just get that done early. Yeah, a couple people will come in for some rubs, get them out the way, update some treatment plans, rehab, update their rehab sessions and their rehab plans, and then yeah, maybe sometimes I might go upstairs, actually be with them, you know, work on maybe little cues with form and technique with some of the exercises I prescribe them, or sometimes it could be some more fun stuff where I'm actually outside, pitch side, or doing some pitch work with the players that are returning back to either training or full contact. I think I still remember the first day that Dan brought me and some of the other coaches and like backroom staff in here, and yeah, first impressions was amazing, because obviously the previous club we've come from didn't really have facilities like this, or you know, this much support. It was just us on our own and just making it happen. Whereas here it feels like, you know, we've got the great people like yourself, like the media team, we've got everybody in the higher ups there as well that kind of gives us help and support. And yeah, like got an office, you know, little things like that, you know, make a big difference. And yeah, first impressions were really, really great, honestly. It's been a roller coaster, man. Like going from Seawood to here. I think I first started working with Dan last season at the previous club, Seawood. Obviously I had some experience in football, probably hadn't tied up all my knowledge the way I have now. Like there's loads of ups and downs, as you can imagine. I'm trying to say, oh, the player can't play. Manager's going, I need him to play, and you've got a big game coming up. So it's kind of like finding that balance. So yeah, man. And then even like, you know, sometimes you go through certain injuries as well. You get certain injuries that are a bit more complex than just treating the injury. So you got to work with Dan, or sometimes you could clash heads, and then, you know, you got to think about the player as well. So, you know, not things that, not something that you might hear about all the time, but you know, it's like but I think me and Dan have a great relationship working together, and you know, like yeah, you know, we're like one big family as Backroom staff now. Yeah, it's good. Bro, it's just the vibes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you just come down here, you know, everyone meets up, you know, it's overall just great energy. You know, we're just like little high fives all around, you know, just like, come on, let's get pumped, let's get amped for the day. It's just about getting everything ready. You know, everyone has their own individual parts that they got to sort out for the game to make sure we're ready, and everything just kind of moves like clockwork. You know, you've got the S&C guys, they're here making sure they've got, if we're on an away day, making sure the bottles are sorted, making sure that, you know, the resistance bands are there, they've got a plan for how they want to run the warm-up. You know, for myself as well, I've got to know like who's coming in, who's going to need taping or treatment that specific day. Usually some players will message me beforehand, so I'm kind of locked in getting into all of that. And then obviously you've got the coaches, you know, they plan what they plan. I don't understand it, but that's all the tactical stuff that, you know, makes this whole thing work. It's great overall atmosphere, and you know, as soon as the girls come in as well, we just try and make it friendly, like, you know, same thing, amped, and yeah, just kind of get ready for the day. Essentially, I have quite a hectic life. I think all I do is basically work. So for another job working as like a rehabilitation case manager, so that's for like a healthcare company. So like, essentially, if you have health insurance for your workplace and you've picked up like a knock or something like that, or you sprained your ankle, for example, and you know, you'll like speak to someone like me on the other end, do an assessment call, and I'll set you up with like physiotherapy or to go see a consultant and just manage your case from there. Then I also kind of just see like the odd private patient here and there, just like in East London where I work out of. Yeah, nice little bit of extra hands on there, get to see some different injuries as opposed to the usual knees and ankles and, you know, tight quads here at the football club. And then in terms of myself, so my hobbies really, I just kind of, I'm a bit of a madman. I enjoy a bit of CrossFit and running, so I'm currently doing like a half marathon plan. How I'm managing them all, I don't know, but you know, I love it. So yeah, man. QPR is up there because it was just such a cold, rainy Sunday, and like 120 minutes of just sitting out there in that cold and just having to absolutely just grit your teeth through it. That was truly worth it when we came out with that win at the end. But like for me as well, I think one or two of my favourite moments have also been like getting one or two players back from injury as well, and just kind of seeing them come back with just that kind of shimmer in their eye and that kind of bit of confidence again. You know, I think for me that's what, those are my favourite moments. You know, like I would drop a couple of names out there, but one of them is Molly. Even like there's a couple other players there as well. Even like, you know, the longer injuries and the ones with ups and downs, they're the ones that are just a little bit sweeter when they come back. Shy's going through one at the minute, so I know it's going to be a nice comeback when she's back as well. Yeah, I can't really put my finger on a specific memory, but there's been loads of great memories made here so far, and it's only been about 8 months, something like that. So yeah, honestly, really, I'm just enjoying every moment, to be fair.